The sunlight poured through the narrow cabin windows, painting streaks of gold across the tired faces of passengers boarding Flight 417 to Washington. But in Seat 12C sat a man no one seemed to notice, his shirt slightly worn, his hands calloused, and his eyes quietly lost somewhere far beyond the clouds. His name was Ethan Cole, a 36-year-old single dad, clutching an old backpack that held everything that mattered in his world, a folded photo of his daughter, Lily, and a sealed wooden box resting on his lap. The air smelled of coffee and jet fuel, but for Ethan, it carried the weight of memories, regret, and love he couldn't let go of. Before we dive deeper into this emotional journey of sacrifice, silence, and the kind of love that defines true heroism, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the unseen stories behind ordinary faces, then please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Stories of Kindness, and share this story with someone who might need to believe in humanity again. The flight was full that morning, laughter from families, chatter of business travelers, and the hum of engines warming up. But Ethan's silence was heavier than all the noise around him. He wore a faded green jacket that had patches sewn on the elbows, a relic from better days. The woman in 12A looked uncomfortable sitting beside him, subtly pulling her purse closer. The businessman across the aisle frowned when Ethan coughed softly, as if his presence was somehow an inconvenience. No one knew that just 2 days earlier, Ethan had buried his father, a retired Air Force veteran who had taught him about honor, resilience, and quiet strength. The wooden box on his lap carried his father's ashes. The old man had always said, "When I go, son, take me back to Arlington. That's where I belong." So here Ethan was, broke, exhausted, and alone, flying one last time with his father, on a ticket he could barely afford. He had pawned his old wristwatch and taken extra shifts at the mechanic shop just to make this trip happen. He hadn't told anyone. Not even his little girl, who thought Daddy was just going on a short trip for work. As the plane began to taxi, Ethan's mind drifted back to when life was brighter. He remembered holding baby Lily in his arms after her mother walked out, leaving him with nothing but diapers and debt. He had worked endless nights, fixing engines and sweeping garage floors, to make sure Lily never went to bed hungry. She was 7 now, full of life, with curly brown hair and eyes that shone just like her grandpa's. Every night, she would kiss her grandfather's old dog tags before bed, whispering, "Good night, Grandpa." Ethan smiled faintly at the thought, his heart tightening with love and grief. The flight attendants moved gracefully through the aisle, offering drinks and smiles that never reached their eyes. When they reached Ethan's row, he politely declined the beverage, his voice soft. The attendant nodded curtly and moved on, missing the small trembling in his hand. From behind, a group of uniformed soldiers filled the rear seats, their chatter calm and respectful. They were F-16 pilots, young men and women heading back to base after a mission abroad. They noticed the wooden box on Ethan's lap and the way he held it as if it were sacred. Mid-flight, turbulence rocked the plane briefly, startling several passengers. Ethan instinctively shielded the box, whispering, "It's okay, Dad, I've got you." The woman beside him glanced at him uneasily, then turned away. But one of the young pilots a few rows back caught the moment. His name was Lieutenant Mark Denson, and something about the scene made his chest tighten. He leaned toward his commander, Captain Riley Hart, and quietly said, "Sir, I think that man's carrying a veteran's ashes." Riley looked over, his gaze steady. Years of service had trained him to notice the silent kind, those who carried pain without ever speaking of it. He nodded slightly. "We'll make sure he's not alone when we land." As the hours passed, Ethan dozed lightly, dreams filled with echoes of his father's voice, "Always stand tall, son, no matter who's watching." He remembered how his father, Sergeant William Cole, would stand at attention even in the smallest moments of life, saluting the sunrise, the flag, the sound of the national anthem. To Ethan, his father was more than a soldier. He was a teacher of what it meant to love quietly, to serve without asking for applause. When the plane began its descent, the captain's voice came over the intercom, calm and professional. "Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing shortly in Washington. Please fasten your seatbelts." The sunlight outside had turned brilliant, washing the clouds in gold and white. Ethan looked out the window, tears blurring his vision. He whispered again, "We're almost home, Dad." The wheels touched down softly. People clapped, as they often did, but for Ethan, it felt like the end of a chapter he wasn't ready to close. As passengers began to gather their belongings, Ethan stayed seated, cradling the wooden box. The aisle filled with impatient voices. "Excuse me, can you move, please?" But he stayed still, lost in thought. That's when Captain Riley stood up from the back, motioning for his team to hold. One by one, the F-16 pilots remained seated, eyes fixed on Ethan. When the last passenger exited, Ethan rose slowly, his head bowed. The box was pressed against his chest, his steps heavy. The flight attendants were already thanking people for flying when Riley approached him. "Sir," he said softly, "was your father in the service?" Ethan hesitated, his throat tightening. "Yes. Sergeant William Cole, U.S. Air Force. He passed away last week. I'm taking him to Arlington." His voice cracked on the last word. Riley's face softened. He exchanged a glance with his crew. Without a word, the pilots straightened, forming a line down the narrow aisle. The cabin.